Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I am Brian.
Hi, everybody. I am Joey.
Hello, and I am Jess.
Did you have like a little, started down an English accent road
I did.
there?
I was.
Julia Childs over here.
I was starting an English accent.
Well, I'm glad you stopped. This is episode 156 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Horrible.
No, really?
No, I had a great Popeye.
Yeah. Joey made Popeye for... See, earlier I thought you said Popeye. Like Popeyes?
No, it's pot pie.
Pot
Popeyes.
pie. Not real pot, but chicken pot pie.
Yes, made up of little pieces of chicken.
Little
in
pieces
there.
of
like
chicken.
little people of shepherds. Like little pieces of shepherds in the shepherd pie.
Now, could I make an edible style Popeye?
No.
That would be an interesting... I'd be game to try it.
No, we're not trying.
Technically, yeah.
Well, no, you know.
You can't have to, but
We do, yeah.
yeah.
I would be game to... Anyway, we're way off track. So one thing that I know has nothing to do with pot pie is Cutaway USA, because they offer premium cycling apparel born in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cutaway is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean, bold designs. Make sure to visit their website at Cutaway USA to see all their jerseys, bibs, neck gaiters, cycling apparel gear. When you reach checkout, use the code GTD20. It's the new code. Remember, we introduced this code last week.
Mid-podcast.
Yeah, mid-cast.
Yes.
We went from 15 to 20%. So GTD20, all caps GTD20, to take 20% off your entire order, and that is a special discount just for our listeners. Now,
If you call in the next 10 minutes.
no, one thing we have to clarify is because we've just released version 2 of the GTD kit, which Philip designed for us down at Cutaway. We didn't like we did last time. We were like, here, make it look like this. We just said carte blanche, use these colors, kind of like blending something. And he did such an amazing job. That kit really does look on point. There's just no way around it. But we have gotten a couple of questions. Does the 20% discount code work on GTD gear? And unfortunately, no. Because understand that the custom stuff that we've done through Cutaway is stuff that we are funding, and Cutaway is simply managing for us. So we've already priced our things. I think they're probably pretty close, but it's custom gear. I think offered at about the same prices as the non-customized stuff, which
It's a little different.
Yeah, it is a little different, but sorry about that, folks. If you were expecting to be able to get that 20% off on some money GTD
But hey,
stuff.
we will make up for that with stuff if we see you and your kid at a ride.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Some cool stuff in the works.
Absolutely.
Mostly handshakes. And I lick my hands before I shake them.
And that's disgusting.
You never lick
You're in a global pandemic, as I tell the kids.
No
lick
licking
my
each
palms.
other, children. No, we could, if Blake was there, Blake could give a Blake hug.
Blake, yeah.
I mean, Blake's going to get tired at some point of giving hugs, but I got 2 today at the shop, and I was very excited about that. So.
Did I tell you podcast time he would quiet down?
He does. He was all yippy yappy and
Well, he's not a yippy yappy dog.
no, he was zoomy. He was kind of
Yeah.
bouncy. Maybe bouncy is word because he jumps up and down just like with his footballs.
Yeah,
Like
and he
kinda
talks.
tap,
He's
tap,
like ow. He like howl.
and
Howl
then as
talks.
soon as we started podcasting, he just like stopped all of that altogether. So
Hot
thank you,
dog.
Blake.
So, is it my turn to share?
No,
We're
we haven't
not
gotten
there
there yet.
Oh, okay.
Jessica and I are both on Lime Polar Seltzers because we are in training.
I am in training too.
And Joey, what do you have?
I am not drinking beer.
Nice.
Remember I did this last one?
Yes,
Yeah, it's the winter thing. I have the Brian's Christmas present to me, the bike build. I don't know what you gave him.
That was a special thing, end of year thanks to you.
I didn't get you a thanks
for all. Well, you don't do. I don't do a lot of work on your bikes all year long. That was a special.
We could switch that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was.
This is that. It's the Woodford Reserve. It's the Distiller Select bottle.
Is that like
it's a small batch.
Oh, nice.
You got me the little cup with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Like I opened up for the first time the other night. I sent you by the fireplace, listening to music.
Nice. Well,
I drank a little too much that night.
Did you?
No, not like I was guzzling. It was a little stronger than I thought.
Okay.
And then I took my Benadryl
But it is
and CBD. No, no, I took Benadryl 2 weeks in a row when I had the Rona. I don't take it anymore.
Wait a minute, you took Benadryl when you had the Rona?
The first night, right after my sore throat and a little cough and stuff, I was on Benadryl for like 2 weeks because I was still waking up with chest congestion.
Did you take the horse version of Benadryl?
No.
Jessica, it's now your turn. Please, we'll stop rambling.
Thank you.
Jessica sounds different tonight because she's on a new mic. We are.
Yes, but it's very hard because I sit in the middle and I would like to turn my head to look at you guys and to acknowledge that I have something to say.
I still think we need a round table.
We might need a round
I'm
table.
game for putting a round table up on the third floor.
However,
Go
today I make the kids sign out to go to the bathroom and a kid wrote balls. And I was walking into work in a really bad mood and I was like flipping the chart over and it says balls and then underneath it says your daddy. And I was like, I took a picture and I was like, that just made my day. That was the funniest thing I've seen.
I didn't know what that
today.
was. That
Was my bathroom sign out sheet.
So do you know which kid it was that did that?
No, but all day long I said, somebody wrote an
I do.
inappropriate word on my thing. And they're all like guessing the word. And they're like, is it B with an itch? And I was like, no, it's not a B with an itch. And then I said, it's B with 2 L's and an S. And a kid goes, balls? I was like, yes, a kid wrote balls in my list.
Well, it definitely wasn't that kid.
It was funny. Everybody started laughing, and I was like, "It's not." We weren't even doing like the probability of balls yet. Like we're not at probability yet, and the kids were like dying hysterical.
That's the best $20 I've spent.
We had. Oh, did you pay the kid?
I paid the kid. No, I'm just kidding. I wish.
Venmo's going to show up.
The underneath the one that says the arrow to your daddy, that was funny too because it was balls and then your daddy, and then I was like, "I'm done with this," and I ripped the thing off.
I thought you. Well, we're not going to talk
She was
about
a
your kids.
bad mood this morning.
I know, we're not going to talk about your kids. You can talk about your kids. Yeah, I had fun the other day when I was in the shop and we were doing the math experiment. What?
Oh, yeah.
The scatter
measuring?
plot. Yeah, the
that
scatter
was-
plot. Yeah,
that was
it
a
is
lot of fun.
I got. I'm not receiving any Instagram awards this year. However,
Brian's an inch taller than me.
Yep, 1 inch. I got 1 inch on you, buddy.
Chris
Chris was the freak, though. He was the one that his wingspan was like gigantic, and then he was really short, or not really short. He was shorter.
It was fun.
Anyway, I got I really would like to be Instagram famous, but we just got a excellence in middle school mathematics award, my co-teacher and I. So that is I know, cheers to that, right?
Bravo.
However, it just comes with more paperwork.
I would just write balls on all of it.
Oh God, Joey.
And then
Why do you?
Yo, daddy.
Why do you want to be Instagram famous? I actually think that's ship has sailed. You were joking, right? I don't. That ship has sailed. Instagram famous.
So here's what I've talked to Jessica about. Like these people, she follows Miss Basic and all these people. People that have quit their regular job. Like Jess has a nice job with a retirement, pension, healthcare. These people quit jobs like that. Instagram ain't lasting forever.
So how
I
give
some of the people a few years.
They make lots of money.
How though?
I don't know, and I'm because I haven't figured it out yet. So when I do figure it out,
Who's paying my eye appointment yesterday was covered under insurance.
Anyway,
their eye appointments are.
yes.
Yeah.
When I crash my butt, no man.
The social media does not have health insurance for significant others. However, this is going to be really sad, but I really love packages. I love coming home to packages. And every time I do something for Instagram, like there's always a package, or somebody sends me something, or like water bottles or something. I don't know. I really like packages. I love coming home to packages.
So really, that's what you want.
packages.
It's not
Oh, yeah.
Instagram famous. You just want packages.
I really like people sending me stuff.
Sometimes
Okay.
I need to do more. I find something little, I just send it to the house.
Yeah.
738 Belfield Road, Solomons, Maryland 20688.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, you just gave out your address.
I don't care.
Okay.
What's the worst that's going to happen? I lock my doors at night. It's open. Don't break my door down because it's expensive to pay for it.
Yeah, true that.
So I leave it unlocked all day.
So we're getting underneath the surface here. It's like a therapy program here.
Exactly.
Oh, she just likes gifts. She doesn't care what they are.
Okay, so it's nothing to
I
do
really
with
like
Instagram.
presents.
Loves
Now,
presents.
you did the TikTok thing for a while, but you stopped doing that, right?
I did. My real-time paying job came in a little bit before that. So
Yeah.
it's a lot. It takes a lot to post and a lot to make those reels. And it takes a lot between training and teaching and board certification and all these paperworks and all these things. Like, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
But I do take a picture of me and my Peloton every day.
So you do have time to do your streaking.
So, yeah,
But
that's what I said.
do.
You are still streaking,
I am
right?
still streaking, and this week's Dirty Kitten Challenge is 15 miles each day, which I think should have been like a percentage, because me and you, we have to do 15 miles each day to get 5 points.
Right, and I'm in a different class.
And you're in a different class,
Yeah.
so I feel like it should have been like a percentage because it takes me like an hour to get 15 miles in.
So I typically do like my everyday Zwift, like just like a normal day, just like winter training. I get on the bike and I either ride an hour or 20 miles, sort of whichever one comes last.
Yeah,
So 15 miles for me, you're right. It's like
an hour.
it's an hour.
So
It's an hour.
last week I was doing I was doing like a longer ride, like an hour and 30 minutes one day, and then like 30 minutes the next day, like to still give myself some recovery time. But now since it's 15 miles for the week, I'm going to make sure that I have to do an hour each week. So, or an hour each day during the week. So,
You feeling good training? You feeling like,
I don't know. I feel like training on the bike for me is more mental strength than anything else. Like I feel like my legs, I have very, very, very powerful legs. And it's training my butt and my head to get straight, like training my butt to be comfortable in the saddle for the entire time and training my head to endure long, difficult rides.
Do you have the same saddle on your Peloton that you have on your
No,
bike?
it has a Peloton bike seat.
And it's different?
It is
Have we
different.
talked about this before? I'm
No,
not
we
sure if we've
haven't,
talked about
but
this before.
you can't take your bike seat pelt thing off and put it on your Peloton.
You cannot put that's kind of rough if you're looking to train the butt to the saddle.
But you're in a different position than you are on a road bike.
Yeah, so
We have
So
talked about this
her
before.
mimic.
whatever my butt is training for, it will be training for.
All right.
The Peloton butt is right now, and then when I get on my bike, it will be the other saddle butt that I will be training. So we are cross training the butts.
So chamois butter works all the same across.
That leads to my next question, but we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. So speaking of Zwift, I have accidentally started racing on Zwift. I didn't even realize it.
Don't you race Ted King yet?
No, Darcy was like, are you doing Tour de Zwift? Because that's this time of year, and they do like different routes and all stuff. I did not realize that when you do the little events that get you the Tour de Zwift badges, that you're actually racing. You're actually on the clock and ranking you on a position. So I asked Darcy, I said, Darcy, are these actual races? And she says, well, I don't really treat them that way. But my problem is I look over to the left-hand side of the screen and it's got a number out of so many people. So I'm like, I'm going because I want to go as hard as I can. And I've actually kind of enjoyed it. It's been weird. I know that, like, it's not really, I don't know, I'm going to piss some people off. Zwift racing feels to me like it's like there's so many different ways to kind of like make that system, game that system. You know what I'm saying? By changing weights and doing all sorts of weird
Zwift
things.
Open.
So I don't know, but it's been fun to be competitive in that way without it really making a difference. And I finished sort of middle of the pack. All the events that I've been doing have like 400 or 500 people.
You should be on Dirty Chain there, a mid-pack podcast.
Yeah, and I'm finishing like top 30 to 40%. And it's been interesting. It's just opened my eyes to a whole new thing with Zwift, and it's kind of really made me work. Like you're talking about, like I did this week 5, I guess, or stage 5 or whatever it is this week, and it was Champs-Élysées, and it was 2 laps.
Go ahead.
The thing in Paris, the place. How do you say it?
The Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
I was like saying it during the tour.
yeah,
Like Phil Liggett.
Yeah, it was interesting. So, accidentally found myself Swift. Once the Tour de Swift thing is over, I don't think I'll go back to it again. It's just not kind of like my thing. But it has been fun for Dirty Kitten. Dirty Kitten's also got competitive. You were talking about just a little bit ago. I think you finished well in your class for the first.
I know. I keep commenting on things. I won. And Alex messaged me and was like, you didn't win. And I was like, no, I won. Like, I'm on the leaderboard. Like, my name being on the leaderboard is winning, so I win.
Ah, damn, that's a great way to look at that.
Right? Like,
yes.
It doesn't matter where you fall. My name's on the leaderboard. I showed up. I win. Somebody
Nice.
should send me a T-shirt. You know, like.
That's the right attitude. That's exactly the right attitude.
When I Peloton ride, I just keep giving people high fives because you can give high fives.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, you go Peloton. I'm like shouting people out. Like that's
You're
what
being
I
a hype
truly.
girl.
I'm always a hype girl.
Nice. Well, I
Just not to Blake when he wakes me up at 3:30 in the morning.
I did finish, I think, in this first tour, like in my division, I finished second out of I don't know how many people, but the first one is the one that I always seem to excel at is the time on bike. That's kind of the thing that I'm able to. You've said it before. I'm a diesel truck kind of thing.
Diesel Dan.
So I just came able to sit on the bike and just stay on the bike, and so it's been fun. It's been competitive, and I would recommend if you're listening to this, and it's too late for this year, but look for that again at the beginning of next year, 2023, because while it's competitive, it's not a whole lot at stake, so it is just a lot of fun. Chris and Alex are doing the wrap-up videos this year, which have been a lot of fun to watch. I know you've watched them, Jess. I've been watching them.
I listen.
Yeah.
They yell at me.
So it's been fun. So anyway, what's going on in your world, Joey?
Well, I'm kind of like Andy Dwyer, where like I don't really actually know what's going on, and I'm a little too afraid to ask. I did Zwift twice.
We Zwifted together. Well,
it wasn't long,
we
but
held
also
hands.
haven't really ridden my bike in a while.
Did you really hold hands? Did
No.
you just reach across?
No, but I said, Joey, we have to take an Instagram picture before we start. And he took his shirt off and stood there.
It's called peacocking.
And he was like, my mom looked at the picture and my mom was like, tell Joey to put his shirt on. Like,
That's rude. His body's beautiful.
All bodies are beautiful.
your body is beautiful, honey.
All
My mom
bodies.
doesn't think so.
Well,
I'm walking down to the
Somebody
kitchen
asked
next
me
time.
how I found a bear to ride next to me or something.
That was Dan.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
You got the big beard. That was a
Yeah, my beard's
Joey's
getting long.
a big bear kind of guy.
Isn't that a reference to anyway?
I don't know.
Um,
I gotta let that one go, huh?
but yeah, I don't know what we were talking about. I haven't touched my bike in a while.
We held hands.
We didn't.
Well,
I just put my headphones on and I go
you were just telling me
get my legs rolling.
you were just telling me that you got some rental bikes coming into the shop.
We do.
Is it next week?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jameis Renegade?
yeah.
Is that what you said?
I forgot those weren't on my list.
Oh, I put it on your list.
Oh,
But you're not even looking
Oh
at
man,
it.
my list is not updated.
No,
My list over here is different.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we
Show
got some
notes.
Renegades coming in. Hopefully for our bike packing rental fleet. What do I have to talk about?
We
I
should
did
do that.
get on my bike a couple times.
Should we do that? Should we do some mid-Atlantic gravel, travel, and dirt bike packing trips with your
No.
rental fleet?
Sure,
Let's talk about that.
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's talk about it. Hey, folks, here's what to do. If anybody would be interested in that, let us know.
Use GTD20. We'll add 20%. Did you?
And if anybody would like to stay at a hotel with me, hit me up.
Okay.
All right, that sounded weird. No, close your computer. No, thank you.
Oh, because of the hotel.
Oh yeah, hit me up. Anyway,
Oh my God.
now I'm lost. So shop wise, we got our cutaway shop kits in. I don't know if I talked about that.
Oh, and they're so nice.
They're
We talked
nice.
a
They're
little bit
bright, very bright. You're going to be seen. Not my
Yep.
thing, but they look good. Not like our GTD ones that are dark.
Are you gonna wear? Well, you're gonna wear a shop kit, right?
I'll wear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
break my
kinda
shop kits out every few. I like going incognito on a lot of rides.
Yeah, because you don't want people to know you're a
Yeah,
bike mechanic.
what's this
Yeah.
creaky thing? I'm like, we're in the middle of this climb.
So tell us
Um,
about the new GTD kit. Where can people see it? Where can they order it?
So-
what can they do?
On our Instagram, it's in our bio. On our Facebook, it's on the. I just have a post. I put it in multiple groups. If you want to check it out, let me see. Let me let me describe it.
I've seen a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
People
So the chest center section is a green. That's a very nice dark green. It kind of gets darker as it goes down. The shoulders panels themselves are black, which for some reason I love that when Philip did it. Mm-hmm. We went through multiple designs, and the one thing I wanted to stick was the black shoulders because it looks good. It also hides your pit stains a little bit. And then in the center section, we have topo lines.
Like
which is
faint, kind of
nice. Looks cool. And then we have our logo on the chest pocket or the chest area and just tan to match the topo. And then what I really like is Philip had a line going across the chest that we kind of vetoed out, but it was like mountainous with orange behind it. Kind of resembled the old jersey a little bit.
So it's a little bit of it pays homage to version 1.
So we took that off the chest for the male and female anatomy reasons. And then we put it on the cuffs of the shoulder.
That looks good.
So that also transferred over to our bibs, which are all black. But those are on the cuffs of the bibs. But the pocket itself is the green, just a little splash to match.
I think that's such a nice detail.
Yeah.
With the black bib, with the green pocket.
Just a little accent color.
Them together, and the little orange stripe. It looks good.
And then I just did a base layer because I like base layers. I don't think they're used as much by many people, but I was explaining it to Marcus today. They're mesh. It's not solid. I mean, like once you start wearing it in the summertime, it pulls a lot of moisture. It wicks your sweat.
I thought you made a sleeveless jersey.
No. It's a base layer. And then for me, my nipples aren't getting chafed by my bib straps. So. And
they're the cargo bibs.
Yep.
Which if they're.
It has pockets.
But if they're like the pack kits. I know the pack kits are not the cargo bibs.
No, but they're similar. I did wear that the other day. It was very comfortable.
I haven't tried. I'm actually saving my pack kit.
Don't kill it on the trainer.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not riding it on the trainer. That's gonna be something that's worn outdoors for its first adventure. So, but how long do people have to order?
We have that open until we moved it because I didn't get my email. Oh crap!
It's like February 2nd or something.
We kept it open for about 10 days.
Okay, so jump on that quick, folks. If you're looking for that,
yes,
definitely jump on that quick. And you don't have to buy all the bits, parts, and pieces. You can buy the jersey. It would be kind of weird to buy the bib.
February 4th.
February 4th.
That is next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yep. So we still have time. We don't want to keep. You leave the store open too long. People forget. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And then also, I don't know. It's cutting it close. We did the buffer of just Chinese New Year and stuff. Threw everything off.
Yeah.
So just as a buffer, if we get it before Croatan, wear it. Otherwise, wear your other jersey. Okay. We're paying $20 a lap if you. No, I'm just kidding. It's coming out of my pockets and Jessica's pockets. Anyway, so that's the kit. It's sharp. Patches are almost done. Hats are inbound.
Next thing on my list
are the hats. Mm-hmm. So we will bring a handful of those down to. I don't know if I'll still have any, but I can order more.
Yeah,
we have a butt ton patches. So, there's that.
Now the patches we're not just going to be tossing around.
No, I'm going to be a little more restricted, especially because I lost everything else in the fire.
Yeah,
and then you've been buying more stickers and stuff, but I did drop a good amount of money on hats and patches.
How about there's like a suggested donation amount?
Well, no, if you're around and you wear I'll give it to people that bought the new kits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
So
that works.
That'll work. Yeah, that's worth. There's your 20%. Not really, but sorry.
Keep it close.
We got in Kona. I know last week we talked about the Kona Sutra.
Huh?
Well, because we ordered stock frames too. We got 2 of them in today. They look sharp.
Yeah.
They're heavy compared to what you're thinking.
Did they come in after I was there?
Yes.
Okay.
Paul brought them down from College Park. Paul came down with some stuff. We traded some bikes.
That is the bike that is covered in nipples.
Yes. A lot of nipples. So much like the it's pretty. It's like this nice blue. Their new color this year, 22.
It's like a
greenish blue. So I'm actually doing so the Kona frames like that don't come with headsets or seats or anything. You just get the fork in the frame. And you get the little nubbin bolts, but I ordered orange wolf tooth headset, bolts, and seat post clamp for this one.
Oh, that would look. That's gonna look
everyone does
sharp.
black, but I just figured it pops. So we got 2. We got a 58 and a 50 today.
Oh, big and little.
Yeah, they do run big. Like I could normally ride a 58 from most companies. Mm-hmm. No, They're big bikes, yeah.
Big bike.
The
Dennis
so they,
style.
Yeah, it probably weighs too much for what Dennis wants, but it's the monster truck of gravel bikes.
I saw Dennis out on the road the other day.
Yeah,
just a couple days ago. Yeah,
he's been cruising.
Yeah.
He comes in every Friday at least for one little beer.
Yeah,
or discontinued non-popular happy hours because of COVID. I never really. I've only blasted out to the board.
I think
and a couple people
on the down swing, and it's plateaued, and I think now it's headed down here in Maryland at least.
Yeah,
so hopefully that's going to be. And let's all knock on wood that maybe that's the last variant we see. Wouldn't that be nice? You don't think so?
Joey just knocked on an inappropriate part of his body.
You didn't have to say that. Oh man, all my show notes are gone. There's other stuff I had to talk. I finished my tricross.
Done.
It's done. It's on the porch here. I got it all set up. I kept it very minimal. My rasket is on there.
I'm so glad you took that rasket.
The Kona does look good without it. I got the big old Kona bars. The rasket fits fine. I got a new Y splitter for the cantilever, so it works. It's cool. Nice. And then I had another wheel set I have some like 32 slicks, some Roubaix. Then I got my rhombuses for my gnarly tires.
You're set.
Cantilever's coming back.
What's your next new bike?
The Sutra. Yeah, that's a project bike. That's a spare project, whatever. I might get it before Jess gets her new bike. No, mine's probably summertime.
Jess will probably.
Jess's derailleur costs more than the Kona frame. The Kona frames are inexpensive. I would wish.
Is my derailleur expensive because it makes those R2D2 noises?
Yes, it's electric.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah,
I know, right? Joey, when I first met him, he had an S-Works that used to make those noises.
There was something else I wrote.
Baller.
I'll never have another. I don't want another S-Works. But
you want to shop club?
Yeah.
Are you there yet?
Yeah. There's still more.
I know, but you didn't have anything in the show notes, so I don't know.
I know. I wrote them, and then they went away when I closed my computer.
I don't know when to.
I ran out of toilet paper twice today too.
Breaking news.
All right, so Strava Club. This was.
Oh, you got the Rona.
Totally random, but I got two special guests on this one. From Lusby, Maryland, with 200.8 miles, I have Miss Nadine Hughes.
Good job, Nadine. 200-mile week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
And then from Midlothian, Virginia, with 155.2 miles, Kit Rudd.
Kit Rudd.
Not Kit Rock. Kit Rudd. And then from Salos, Maryland, with 112.2, we have the fabulous Jessica Sikorsky.
Wow.
Totally random.
I know you want to look at the show notes, so I scroll down. I usually scroll and like flick it, and then wherever my mouse stops,
Should I be like Brian and give myself my own badge? Because I saw that you gave yourself your own badge.
That is so awkward to do. Those are the only badges that I've actually given myself this year.
I was walking out of work and I was reading this and I was like, oh my God.
It's so awkward, but when you're the person that manages that whole system, you kind of feel like, all right, well, I'm working hard for these things too. And, anyway. But yes, why don't you get a badge?
I'm okay. I'm good. Thanks, though.
Give her a badge and a gun.
What'd you need to get to 100?
All right, to get to 100, you needed 106.6.
It's a little bit down.
We did go up, though.
That
went down, but our members went up to 807 from 804.
Slowly climbing towards that 1,000 mark.
If we want to hit a 1,000 and have Brian do a mustache for a year, strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt. If we get 1,000 by April 1st,
April Fool's Day,
just have it. Brian has to do a mustache for a year.
I will never do a mustache for a year. I can guarantee you that.
Well, it's on the air. You have to do it now.
Not gonna happen. So you gave the address where people can find it and join us. I think it's cool that we get a few every week. I don't know if they're, it's just kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
Factory kit.
Nice. Jess, did you have questions this week?
I have tons of questions.
So before the podcast, we were sitting around here eating our pot pie. I asked Jess, I said, Jess, what are some questions that you have as a female cyclist, or just as a cyclist in general, that you've sort of been afraid to, or not afraid to ask? That's not the right word.
Anytime somebody asks me what bike I ride, I'm afraid to answer because I know the bike is a Specialized Diverge, but I don't know the tires. I don't know the things.
Well, that's all they're looking for when somebody asks you what bike you ride.
They just want to know my tires?
No, they just want to know the
what
brand
bike
and
you
frame.
I just say my husband manages a bike store and I get some pretty sweet deals.
Well, you had an interesting question, and I'll let you.
Yeah, but you guys have 90% are probably male listeners.
No, you're slowly changing the tide on that one.
Okay,
No,
well, I don't know. I have my period.
It's turning.
And I didn't know if I put chamois butter on.
Okay.
I didn't know, and I feel like I need to reach out to somebody. I feel like I should Google this. I don't know what I should do, but I didn't know if I should put chamois butter while I have my period.
I swear to God, if some dude tries to mansplain that one to her on Instagram, I will block you.
Yeah,
off the podcast.
I don't think any there's no guy who's going to be able to answer that question.
So there is some dude right now yelling at this.
Well, I think there's resources. So like chamois butter would be a good place to.
I'm gonna ask chamois butter, but
I think we were talking about this before the pod. Celine Yeager would also.
Yes, maybe Kelly Catelli. Maybe she will know about my chamois butter and my period. You know, they'll probably ask me in-depth stuff about how I manage my period. So I don't know.
That's good though. I mean, you're riding a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But there's somebody else out there who is, as a female, has to have their period and has to know if they use chamois butter or not.
I think. It's
How about
homework? I threw that question out there, just sort of like looking for something to put into the show notes. Yeah. But I think it's a great topic.
Here's your homework: is find out, and then next week
bring us
an answer.
Okay, but if you have anybody, like if you know anything, like
female listeners,
Joey said no males, but female listeners, like let me know. Like I don't know what to do, you know.
And
I don't desperately need chamois butter all the time, but sometimes it does. If I am sitting in the saddle for a longer ride, anything longer than an hour, I do like to put chamois butter on.
Mm-hmm. And it's. You know, as a female, I'm not trying to mansplain.
Don't mansplain, Brian.
I'm not mansplaining, but as a female cyclist, that's an important question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I always get my period like right before a race because it's right in taper. So I always get it then. So, you know, when I did my first marathon, I had my period, and then I Googled that it's the best way for your endorphins, and like the U.S. soccer team like managed it, all that stuff.
Huh.
All of it.
Interesting.
Do they use chamois cream?
I don't know if they use chamois cream.
No, they Body
Glide.
Joking.
Yeah.
Body Glide.
But so chamois butter also makes a glide like that's in like it looks like deodorant that I was thinking about using because that's what I use for my underboob sweat when I run. So
I use that stuff on the backs of my knees.
Yep, exactly. And it's the same thing, but it's just chamois butter and it looks like deodorant. And
yeah. Well, you had a second question too, totally unrelated to that. The second question was, what the hell tires do I use?
Yeah, I never know what tires I use. I know it's whatever Joey puts on my bike. But, like, I could see you being new to cycling and being, like you going in a bike shop and they'd be like, what tires do I use? And then giving you, like, well, you can use these 48s, 52s, 55s. Like, how the hell do you know which one is right for you?
Hey, you're close. Like, you at least know sizes now.
Yeah.
A year ago, you didn't.
Yes. I think... somebody asked me if we met because of your mom, and I was like, "No, I met when we were in Easton."
Yeah, because you now work at the school, same school.
Yeah, but they thought that I lived with your mom, and then I met you.
God no, we did that for 2 months.
That was miserable. I love them. It's just we had so many people in such a little house.
It's a different relationship when you live at home.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
We were waiting for our house.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, you walk into a bike shop, and this is what I'm hearing, is you walk into a bike shop and you want the bike shop employee to explain to you what tires you should be riding. But if they're not asking the right questions, they can't give you the right answer.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to say, okay, well, this is the type of riding that I intend to do. I'm going to ride road. Well, then you don't need 48 knobby tires.
No,
you know what I'm saying now? Is like you kind of have to come into that with an understanding of what it is that I want to do on the bike. And then once you know what you want to do and can articulate that,
Yes.
then the bike shop employee can kind of respond to that and say, okay, here, and what they should be able to do is say, here's some different ranges of things and what the benefits and the drawbacks, the pros and cons of different sizes and treads. And am I off base on that though, Jerry? I mean,
oh, paying attention. No, I'm just kidding. No, yes, it's well. Doesn't everyone's work like everything is a scatter plot in my head?
Mm-hmm.
So my mind's doing 20 things, asking questions, and I'm going here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
But see, I started
Is
riding
that a scatter
with
plot?
armadillo tires.
Oh yeah, but when I first met you and we were doing stuff, your biggest thing in life was changing a flat. So I got armadillo all conditions and Specialized, which have 3 layers of Kevlar bead to bead, and then I got their airlock tubes, which had their pre-sealant slime thing in the tubes. So no flats. Never worried about it. Should get a flat.
So now would you say, instead of, if you've got somebody that says, I don't want to get flats, instead of going that direction, would you say in today's world, go tubeless?
No, I still use a lot of armadillos.
Okay.
Those airlock tubes weren't as end-all, beat-all like Specialized says, but the armadillo tires are still really nice.
Okay.
And they make a lot of stuff with them. Because that person who's coming in asking, usually pretty new recreational, asking not to get flats and stuff, I'm not going to put through the first part of tubeless, and I will go over it with them, so I don't want to make them sound like...
You want to educate them.
Yeah, I educate them on tubeless. Maybe it's not the right thing off the bat, and depends on if they're not consistently riding.
There's a good tip. If you go into the bike shop, and the bike shop's not educating you or trying to help you understand why they're making the recommendations that they are, because you're asking, the questions, and I'm approaching this not from your perspective, but from either a new cyclist or a female cyclist that's just trying to get into the sport. They're trying to figure these things out.
And when I was first riding, I used to go to the bike shop before every ride so they could put air in my tires. And then I used to be like, okay, bye, Jason. Bye, Laura. Have a great day. And then I used to ride out. But that's truly what I did. I did never put air in my own tires. I went to the bike shop. Still to this day. Went to the bike shop, I was like, I'm going to go for a ride. Can you just check this over? And they would check it over for me real quick and be like, you're good to go. Have a great ride, and that was really nice because I don't think I would have ridden or ever put air in my tires if it wasn't for them, So, it was a small family shop and I knew them because they were very, very, very big and vibrant in their small community. And I felt confident enough to walk in and be like, hey, I'm going for a ride. Can you make sure I have air in my tires?
You didn't feel like they were going to look down on you for that?
No.
Or they weren't going to say, no, we're not
exactly.
doing that.
So they sold me my bike and I was like, okay, well, now they can, you got a customer for life because I'll just keep coming in and asking you questions.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Till she met me.
And then
now I'm the sucker that pumps up her tires every time.
But if you had to put air in your tires, you know what to do, right? At this point,
the little lever confuses me a little bit.
It confuses all of us.
Okay, good.
Is it flipped up or is it flipped down?
Yeah, that's the part that confuses me. But
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Anyway, so that was it. You just threw that out there jokingly, but I think it's a valid.
I think so too. There's people who are like, what? There's people who ask me what shorts I wear all the time because they're like, how do you sit for that long? Padded shorts. And if you didn't know, I didn't wear padded shorts until I met Joey. Everything I was wearing, my shorts were so see-through.
Yeah, they were.
On a few rides. Because I just would I would swim in them and then I would ride them on the bike, so.
Okay. And that is, there's a very, when the etiquette surrounding you encounter somebody who has absolutely flat, worn out bib shorts.
Like you.
I do. It happens to me all the time. See
your butt crack all the time.
It happens all the time.
Hers is much better looking than yours.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it is. Anyway,
it's not hairy.
So if you're on the receiving end of somebody telling you your bib shorts are worn out, don't take it personally.
Okay, wait.
They're doing you a favor. And if you see somebody with bib shorts worn out, politely say something to them.
So I went on a ride from Dogfish Head, and I went with this guy, and I knew Joey at the time, but me and Joey like weren't dating. And I went with this guy from Dogfish Head to do their like bikes and beer thing or whatever. And we were riding, and he's like, "Your shorts are completely see-through." And I was like, well, that's embarrassing. And then I just flew off. Like, I just, like, completely, like, didn't wait for him. I didn't wait for him at any rest stops. I just went as fast as possible until the end of the ride was there. And then I was like,
okay, so maybe
I never want to see this person again.
Maybe from a timing perspective, you don't tell somebody that at the beginning of a ride when they have no ability to do anything about it. Maybe that is after the ride is over.
So embarrassing.
And you're like, and then
so
you say, so maybe there is some etiquette that's wrapped up in that.
Embarrassing.
I think that so, but it happens to me all the time. My shorts wear out, and I go. You go through a lot when you ride.
Agreed.
Many miles every day. They wear out.
You two both been wearing the Specialized Women bibs.
Yeah, I wear women's bibs. It's got the W slash.
That's a callback.
It's a throwback. Yeah.
I would like to know if any females have the new cycling kits out that have the clasp in the front and the clasp in the back. I see them all over now, but I want to try them before I buy them.
I'm getting ready to ask you, like, how does that even work? But I don't think you don't know.
I don't know. Velocio. How do you say that name, Joey? Velocio.
Because honestly, I would like men's bibs to be like that as
well.
I know.
I absolutely hate, especially when it's cold weather out and you've got a vest,
you got to heat that thing up to pee,
and a base layer, and you're like taking all those clothes off. We face the same problems that the ladies do.
I don't know. We got to figure this out. That they have like clips and stuff in the front, and I want to try them, but
let's ask Philip from Cutaway.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to ask somebody.
I actually think there is a market for men's bibs to be like that as well, because it's just me, but I would very much appreciate not having to take a jacket, a vest, a base layer, and a jersey off to do any business. So it's out there. I'm putting that out there to the universe, to the podcast universe. Somebody fix that problem. And then the last question that you had, Jess, was your desire to find a Blake-sized backpack to ride your bike with Blake on your back.
Because Ellen Likes Bikes used to be a professional bike rider, and she just got a dog, and she can put her dog in a custom backpack that she rides with.
How big is the dog?
Yeah, but still, Ellen Likes Bikes got it.
What kind of dog she have? Like a corgi?
I don't know. She just adopted this dog, and now they have backpacks of where they ride together, and I just would like one for my dog and me.
Blake is 65-pound Labrador.
Yeah, but
I've been thinking about getting a little trailer.
See?
Okay, a trailer. Like
I want to push it though, so my leg muscles get stronger.
Push it, more pull it.
They all pull it.
I just want them to ride to work with it.
You get a cargo bike and put Blake in the cargo hold of the bike.
Yeah, I need that too.
Work. Yeah, get her a Yuba. That would be awesome.
I just want a little burly. They have a pet specific pull behind trailer.
You know who you need to ask this question to, and Larry is listening. So Larry, let us know, because he does this all the time with
Larry doesn't pull the doodle.
Yes, he does.
Snickerdoodle,
yeah.
Yeah.
Does. So he's got the little trailer, and Snickerdoodle will run alongside of him for miles and miles and miles. But then after so long, it's time for Snickerdoodle to not run anymore because it wears pads out, and
we have pad lotion right there for our dog.
It's a little wax.
Yeah, and so there's a little trailer but I don't think Snickerdoodle liked to do that. But I think he would also put Snicker in a little separate kayak and like go kayaking with Snickerdoodle too. And he would jump out of that little boat and swim alongside the kayak, and then eventually the same thing with the bike. That adventure dog. So maybe that question you can ask of Larry, or Larry can provide.
And I will ask Ellen Likes Bikes where her custom backpack came from.
But I just
it's a JanSport.
I cut some doggy holes in it. I literally cannot see Blake in a backpack.
No, he's not going to get in the back.
He would have little cute binoculars. I mean, not binoculars. What are those things you put on your eyes?
Goggles.
Googles?
Goggles.
Like little goggles? Yeah.
Google goggles.
I got to look this up.
Oh, my God. Okay. So 53 days to spring as of today with the recording. But you know what that also number is? That's 53 days to Croatan. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. Shoulder feels good. I know you're training. Joey, how's your voice?
I'm training for the Hoot Nanny that we didn't talk about.
And we are. Well, no, that's next on the list.
Oh, dang it.
Hush Money. It's a nice segue, though. The Hush Money Hoot Nanny is April. It's after Croatan. It's like April 3rd. 3rd.
And it's a Sunday, so I don't have to take off work on a Friday.
That's also up in Pennsylvania in Lancaster. Or Lancaster adjacent.
Yeah, and I have friends. My
is.
friend Lisa Squared on Instagram is going to be there, and my friend Audrey on Instagram is going to be there. So pumped.
Here is the pro tip: is I think the Hootenanny sold out the day that it came out on Bike Reg.
Yep.
And because it's a small field, it's only 100 people, so you gotta go on Instagram and follow Hush Money and Baron Von Panty Pants if you want to be in the know with what's going on with Hush Money.
I think I follow him. I had messaged him because I asked him why my husband is now constantly wearing overalls. And I did
I'm
message
pretty sure.
him.
I'm pretty sure that there's a connection.
Yeah,
there.
I asked him. See, there's the dog.
Yeah, but look how tiny that dog is.
Blake's toys are as big as that
and
dog.
And listeners cannot see the Instagram video, but I will explain it. He's doing, what is it, Ellen?
Ellen likes bikes.
Ellen likes bikes, and it's a small dog. That's probably like a 20-pound
Ellen
dog.
Noble. Everyone knows Ellen Noble.
I don't.
See, exactly.
Everyone knows Ellen Noble.
I don't. Anyway, okay. So, last thing, and I wanted to briefly touch on this. Did you guys see? I posted this. The lady in Benton County out in Arkansas.
Oh, we all saw that.
Who rolled her truck?
She had her own hootenanny going.
She rolled her truck after she went storming by some cyclists on a gravel road. And what's interesting to note here is the pictures that showed up originally, I guess, on Instagram were by Nickel Potter. And Nickel Potter is a friend of a friend, Greg, that does adventure cycling. I saw the name and I was like, oh, that's got to be. And I texted Greg like late last night and I was like, is this Nickel, your friend Nickel? And he said, yeah. So apparently what happened was a lady passed several groups of cyclists and was speeding and throwing up a lot of dust. And then she lost control of her vehicle and flipped it over on its side. No, she was not hurt. So
she's not wearing a seatbelt.
She was not wearing a seatbelt, but some of the pictures on Instagram are quite funny because she's laying in the top of the vehicle, still yelling at the cyclist to get out of her way and not help her.
They're in all different memes now. Like it's all over.
While they're trying to help her. So I wanted to mention that. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link to it in the show notes. But as far as I know, nobody was hurt. No cyclists were hurt. The lady was not hurt.
Her feelings were hurt.
Her feelings were. Her truck was
her ego
definitely. Her truck was
no
definitely
Dodge
hurt.
Ram.
So that happened in Arkansas, and
it was Bentonville.
She
probably late getting Walmart going to work.
She was doing like I think the report says she was doing upwards of 40 miles an hour on a dirt road. Spinning her tires and kicking up dust as she went by groups of cyclists who were in small packs. There was obviously something going on. There were a lot of them on the road. I guess maybe that's just Bentonville, though. Maybe that's just Arkansas gravel. There's people always there. So anyway, I want to put a link to that in the show. How do
you find the spelling of Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah, how many people find that weird?
It is weird. Arkansas. I don't know why.
Spelled Arkansas.
I don't know. Woo. So, anyways, you guys want to do this or that?
Sure.
I feel like I have some. I know I've said this before in the past, in the last few weeks. I've got good this or that's. I've said it before, and they have fallen flat, and they've amused nobody but me.
Pot or pie?
Nope. Okay, first item on this week's this or that. Creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Ew.
I've never turned down peanut butter. Never, ever turned down peanut butter. I actually like crunchy and I actually like creamy, but we usually buy creamy. Okay. But I could go for some crunchy peanut butter.
Okay, I can't stand crunchy peanut
butter.
Why? Peanut butter should be smooth and creamy, and it's peanut butter.
Don't you and your daughter do that weird thing with the peanut butter jars?
We draw the little faces when you first open the thing. When you're the first person to open the peanut butter jar, you have to draw a happy face in the top of it before you. Yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a thing.
I have like 9 open peanut butter jars in my cabinet.
Yeah, we do. There's like always a bunch of peanut butters that's already open. So I would definitely go creamy, Joey.
We always buy creamy, but I don't mind crunchy either.
Yeah, me neither. But I think BJ's doesn't carry the crunchy kind.
I'm sure
we are Skippy people.
We are Skippy people. I do not like Jim.
Oh, really?
I have spoken.
Really? Wow. What's
It just tastes better, Skippy.
Truth.
okay?
Up until COVID, though,
I don't know that I've
Jess
ever
was always getting the Harris Teeter has the grind your own, which is really good.
Yeah, and then it has all the oil and stuff on the top of it.
Some
That
people
kind
like
of
that.
creeps me out. I don't know.
I think like you know what a fluffernutter, the marshmallow
yeah.
fluff.
Yeah.
Crunchy is really good on that to me personally because you have too much creaminess and that crunchy adds a little bit of like.
I can see that when you
Yeah.
blend that in with the creaminess of the.
Our
the
first
whip.
night we spent together was before a bike ride, and we contemplated at midnight going out. We were just talking about going to like Harris Teeter is open 24 hours at the time. Just getting some peanut butter. We based like our first dates off peanut butter. One of our
And Chipotle.
One of our first rides, we just bought a bottle or like a jar of Jif and drove around Annapolis and ate the whole thing. I had to go to Chick-fil-A and get like a lemonade.
He's like, my throat's so dry.
Yeah.
Well, the second one also plays off of peanut butter and celery, or peanut butter and pickle.
You gonna put the little chocolate chips on?
100% celery. I love peanut butter and celery, and I love peanut butter.
Have you ever tried peanut butter and pickle?
No.
Do you like pickles?
Yes.
You might want to try it because you might be surprised.
Okay. Well,
Would you tickle my pickle, Brian?
What?
You tickle my pickle.
What is that for?
You just ask like pickles.
I like pickles.
Will you tickle my pickle?
No. I'm gonna mute you. I really this is a tough call for me because the peanut butter and celery is absolutely amazingly delicious, but peanut butter and pickle is really good too. I actually like to take and make a sandwich with peanut butters and the sliced pickles. Oh yeah, that's really good. This is a toss up, but I think I'm gonna go peanut butter pickle. Just because it's a little more unusual, Joey.
Celery is a waste of food.
Like
it provides nothing. It's
I love
watery.
celery, Joey.
It's disgusting. But when we had the peanut butter pickle pizza, that was good.
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
Yeah. And I've done a little peanut butter and pickle after before. Very nice.
Yeah. So, okay, you're outnumbered, Jess. Third item on this or that, chew on a Stanimal for 15 minutes, which is the little nugget.
She doesn't know what that is.
It's the little tubeless rubber chunky thing that's left in the tire after your tubeless sealant dries up. So it's basically a hunk of tubeless sealant. Would you rather chew on a Stanimal for 15 minutes or eat off-brand gummy bears?
I don't like gummy bears.
So
This is a terrible question.
no, I think this is a good one.
Terrible.
This is a good one.
I would probably eat the hunk because I do not like
We don't have
gummy
to eat
bears.
the hunk. You eat the hunk of Stanimal. We just chew on it for a little while.
I mean, I would chew on it.
I would much rather chew, after my experience after Unpaved with the off-brand gummy bears, chew on a hunk of dried up sealant.
What happened with the off-brand gummy bears?
Off-brand.
Him and Marcus,
Gummy
remember the
bears.
only two in the truck? I said, I'm not eating those. You'll get sick.
Yep.
Remember they got sick?
Yeah, we were sick for like 3 days, and Joey convinced me it is because of the off-brand gummy bears, that they've got something in them, that the only acceptable gummy bear is a Haribo.
Joey, your mom bought us off-brand gummy bears for Christmas.
Yeah, I need to eat them. I'll just suck it up. There's my answer. I'll eat the off-brand, but I am a Haribo or die.
Yeah.
I take those on a lot of my rides.
Yeah,
I've been doing that for a long time.
I will never eat another off-brand gummy bear as long as I live.
You want one?
No, I do not. I will never go anywhere near them. Fourth item on this or that: either a sand pit or a rock garden in the middle of a nice hero gravel segment. So you got nice hero gravel, and then suddenly a sand pit or suddenly a rock garden right in the middle of it.
I did the sand when we were with Nadine and the other people at the Rails to Trails, and it was like really odd because all I want to do is like keep pedaling forward and steer my bike, and those are things you can't do during the sand thing. I kind of like rocks. I feel like I'm doing the like really cool mountain bike thing, so I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I think I would go with rocks as well over sand, because sand just like takes you totally out of your game.
Yeah.
You can pick a line through a rock garden,
Yeah.
but you can't pick a line through sand.
You gotta be light on the bars in the sand.
So there's
No death grip.
strategy.
Yeah, and I always ride with a death grip.
Okay. You?
I hate sand. I don't even have to worry about getting off and getting it on my shoes or my derailleurs.
Uh-huh.
Sand stuck to your chain and your derailleurs doesn't come off very easily.
Yeah. Okay.
You think
So-
it does, but it's everywhere. You clean it, next day it's all back.
Still back. Still there.
Yeah.
So sand, no sand. All
Rock garden.
rocks. All
Yeah.
rocks. So it's just bigger
Rock
gravel.
and roll.
It's just bigger gravel. I'm sorry. I thought I had 4 good. I think I had at least 3 good.
You had one
You
solid.
you had one. The peanut butter question was a good one. Like, it actually made me think.
Both of them.
Okay. All right.
I love celery.
Celery's horrible.
No, that was a tough
They try
one
to
for me.
trick you in kindergarten and do the ants on the log thing to make you eat it.
They don't do that anymore, Joey, because so many kids are allergic to nuts.
Yeah,
Well, that's nuts.
peanut butter anymore.
We have a nut-free table.
That was a tough
Not
one
here.
for me to answer. Even when I was writing it, I was like, okay, I don't know which direction I'm going to go with this because they're both just.
I like to make apples. Like, this is the best afternoon snack. Apples, peanut butter, chocolate chips, and crushed up pretzels.
What about apple slices with Nutella?
I've never had Nutella.
What about apple fritter from the Wildwood Bakery?
That too.
Very good today. I thought about going there before work tomorrow.
Are you anti Nutella or you just have never tried it?
I just never tried it.
It's gross.
No, actually, I think it's pretty good. That's really the only way
that's
that I'll
where
eat
people
it.
go wrong in life. You might think it's good, so you tell everyone it's good, but
Okay, but you have to.
what if it's not good to me?
But if you've never tried it, then I'm encouraging you to try it.
That's like you go to a restaurant. Is any of that any good? Like people at the table.
Yeah, I know. What are they going to say?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
This is
disgusting.
horrible.
You know, Larry itches his beard into that, and we cut up the parts of a pig you don't want to eat, and we put it in that.
You guys got anything else before we shut it down?
Nope.
I know Jess is eager to get to school.
I am training for the Hoot Nanny.
Nice. You gonna be ready? How many miles is it? I don't even know.
30.
60,
30? 60?
with 3,000 feet of climbing.
No, it's not, Joey. You told me it was 30 miles.
No, I said it was 60 miles.
60 miles. But it's a fun adventure. I remember talking to Nate about it, and he was like, the Hootenanny in the spring, I think, was not going to be as ambitious as their fall event. I won't say the name because I beeped it out last time. I think that one was a little bit more aggressive. So
Frick around.
Yeah. So nothing else before we shut it down on that gun?
Shut her down.
Okay, folks, don't forget to look on the Cutaway website for GTD kits. And while you're there, don't be afraid to go use that coupon code GTD20 to buy some more stuff to go along with it because you can't get it all at the same time. I guess if you put the GTD20 code in and you got multiple stuff in there, it would apply to the things that don't apply to the other things. I don't know. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoy the podcast, then please consider joining us on our Patreon family. We had 2 new Patreons, folks, show up. Eric and, Sugarfoot. I had the name in my...
Well, while you're doing that,
Uh-huh.
we had a Wookiee voicemail.
Yes, we did. I've got to figure out how to get that into...
Who was it?
I don't know.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, it actually could have been Chewbacca. Bennett is our new... I don't want to say his last name. So thank you, Bennett. Thank you, Eric, for joining us over here on Patreon. It is very, very much appreciated, and we'll get you some fun stuff out sometime soon.
Sounds good.
Yep,
Thanks, guys.
We need to order some new stickers. We were looking at that.
The
today.
holographics popped up today.
You have got the Steal Your Face logo.
It's on our drive.
Is it? Okay, then I'll get that. I'll get those. Got it. I was looking for that because I thought it would still be in the thing. But anyway, I'll get it. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Well, you have our address now. I gave that out. It's pretty obvious. But our Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD, and our website is at graveltraveldirt.com.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey's kitchen. Thanks for riding along, everybody. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you, bye.
The bike. Oh, man.
We didn't even know we were racing each other.
I love you, bye.